I don't think
But
so.
it's
It's the
safe,
chemical.
you know, it's non-toxic. You just can't mix it with chlorine, that's the only thing. You can't drink, you don't want to drink it, but it's kind of bad, you know, if you get it in your body, to whatever route, you know. Where's my
Okay,
thermometer?
can we take a break? The thermometer's right here. Ah, it was clean. It was. So what's the temperature? Suspended in the water.
It's 120.
Okay, it's going to be a while. We're going to take a break.
Okay, so you know, last video we took it off the heat, you know, cooled down the wort, and now I'm straining out the break material. Break material that's what hops are called after they've been boiled. That's all the hops and yeah, all the icky stuff, and that's the wort. And take a little strainer. Yeah, and just, I mean, some of it's, you know, the residual stuff's gonna be left in there when it ferments, but that'd be alright. You know, it's just, I think this is more of a hoppy profile than a malty, you know, but, so this is pretty much cooled down now, you know, so it's good. So, yeah, I'm gonna taste a little bit of this when it strains off the, I have to put the camera down now. I got a little bit of it. That's pretty much the color it's gonna be when it's done. It's a light color. You know, it smells pretty hoppy. So I don't know if you can see me or not, but yeah, it's hoppy. This is my first time trying wort. You know, it's non-alcoholic beer. It's bitter. It's bitter. It's really bitter. It's hoppy. It's hoppy. It's a little bit of sweet, but that sweetness is gonna be replaced by the alcohol, so it's it's gonna be a strong beer. Really, really bitter on the finish. I'll have to get used to that. So, yeah. It is, you know, sweet on the finish. Really, there's a bitterness at the back of my throat. So, yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, I'm always up for trying new things, right? So, yeah. Well, I'll get back to you. Okay. Well, you know, I brought it up to the 1 gallon level, tasted it, cooled it down to room temperature. Took the gravity reading. The gravity reading is a 1054. So I don't know if you can't really read that, but that black dot right above the waterline, that's a 1050. You know, so the gravity's at 1054. It was supposed to be at 1057. I'm a little off, but that's okay. So the terminal gravity the final gravity, what it's supposed to be at is a 1014. That will give me 5.57 excuse me, alcohol by volume. So I could still let it go down to like 10, 12 will give me 5.5%. If I let it go to 10, it'll give me 5.7% alcohol. So that's probably what I'll do just to make up for it. You know, it'll be a little drier, meaning not as sweet. You know, but when I add the priming sugar, you know, the priming sugar, the carbonate, you know, it creates just a little bit more alcohol, maybe. So I might stop it at 10, 12 to produce 5.5% alcohol beer, and tasting really bitter. It's bittersweet pretty much right now. So I'm curious to what it's gonna be after a week fermenting, and then 2 weeks in the secondary. Rack it off, and 2 weeks in the secondary, and then prime the bottles, and then carbonate it at room temperature for about at least 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. You know, and I can pop one open and drink it after 1 week of carbonating. You know, it won't be as good as carbonation as the second week, but you know, it'll still be carbonated a little bit, and I can, you know, see how it turned out, you know, flavor wise, you know, apart from the carbonation of it. But okay, here I'm about to add my yeast now. It's brewing yeast. So it's 7 grams. It's for 5 gallons. This is 1 gallon. This yeast is gonna eat this stuff up like crazy. You know, and it's Cooper's brewing yeast. It's an ale yeast, so it's technically an ale that I'm doing, not a lager. But this is some potent stuff I hear. So I'm gonna get some scissors. I'll be right back to open it. Okay, one thing I forgot. You need to stir it really good, aerate it. You know, so it pretty much a lot of bubbles on top. It's got a head already. You know, it's all the sugar. You know, bubbles, and most of that head is probably the proteins in the beer. So you know, you just take your thing and stir it up. You know, splash it around, get it good and aerated. Lots of air bubbles. It will jumpstart the yeast for fermentation. So you take brewer's yeast. I don't think I'm going to use all this. This is for 5 gallons. So I'm probably going to keep the rest of that, put it in the fridge, maybe use it for some other time. After that, you just don't stir the yeast, just let it lay on top. Then you would take the lid and snap it on there good. And then I'm going to have to borrow an airlock. I'll replace it then. I'll replace it with another cap that I got. This is an airlock. Woohoo! It's got a bung. I call them bungs. They're also called stoppers. They're rubber. They're tapered and brand new, you know. So put that in the hole.